Thanks for staying with us and welcome to Business Reports. The African Development Bank, AFDB, says the continent is projected to fall into recession in 2020 with real gross domestic product, GDP, expected to contract by 1.7%. The FDB, in its African Economic Outlook for 2020 amid COVID-19 supplement report, also stated that in the worst-case scenario, GDP could fall by negative 3.4% in 2020, while partial recovery of about 3% is projected for 2021. Tourism-dependent economies and oil exporter like Nigeria will suffer more losses than non-resource-intensive economies. East Africa will be the most resilient, while South Africa could be the hardest hit in 2020. Now, for years, both public and private sector have continued to explore ways to diversify the Nigerian economy and create sustainable growth and economic development with specific emphasis on Nigeria's agricultural sector.
To accelerate this transition, GB Foods, a global leader in culinary product manufacturing, in partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria, Kebbi State Government, and the Emirates of UAE, have established the second largest tomato processing factory in Nigeria and the only fully backward integrated plant in ECOWAS, which has the largest single tomatoes farm in Nigeria. The factory and industry complex is worth 20 billion naira and was built in Gaski local government area in UAE Emirate, Kebbi State. It holds the capacity to process over 4 billion fresh tomatoes into paste per season. The output of the factory is expected to cover some of GB Foods' Nigeria concentrate processing needs and operate with global best practice standards, leveraging technology transferred and experience gathered from over 40 years of operations in a similar sector in Italy and Spain. GB Foods' investment on these plants prove the company's commitment to improve communities where it operates, as it will increase employment and create over 1,000 jobs. Many smallholder farmers as outgrowers have already been engaged. GB Foods has continued to satisfy local culinary tastes, and with its iconic food brands such as Bama, Gino and Jago, the establishment of the gigantic plant is GB Foods' way of ensuring food security, local production and processing, as well as contributing to accelerating the advent of sustainable economic diversification and meeting the needs of consumers in Nigeria.
Now to the aviation sector. Airlines operations across the country returns on Wednesday, 8th of July 2020. Airline operators say there are challenges that need to be addressed for smooth flight operations. In this report, our correspondent looks at the restart plan of airlines after a number of flights fell by almost 8% in 2020 and imminent job loss in the sector.
Those who work in the industry say they are consciously and cautiously following the safety protocols as they build confidence in the passengers. Managing Director Aero Contractors, Captain Ado Sanusi, says very limited contact with passengers will be encouraged as they observe international risk protocols.
The main thing is to wear a mask inside the airplane, and the way the airplanes are built, they are built to even the circulation of the air inside the airplane is built to reduce the spread of the COVID-19, because the air comes from the top and is sucked from the bottom and then goes through filtration, 5 grade filters. So the risk of spreading the COVID-19 inside the aircraft is actually limited or even eliminated completely.
Given the decline in fortune of the aviation industry, operators say there will be job cuts, but Labour says they will challenge employers to justify any layoffs.
There will be layoffs, definitely. People will be put on redundancy, early retirements. Some voluntarily will leave the jobs. But I don't foresee a massive layoff, but I still foresee layoffs coming up.
I do not see employers laying off workers at this point in time. As more airports are open to operation, I guess a lot more workers who have been asked to stay at home would be asked to come back to work.
Stakeholders in the sector admit that the Nigeria aviation sector is not immune to the global devastation as a result of the coronavirus pandemic, but say the country is able to navigate the stormy situation. Mogbone Wilkie, AIT News, Lagos.
And now to stocks market. Investors gained 37.26 billion naira. The all-share index hitches up by 0.30 to close at 24,097.48 basis points, as against a 1.27% appreciation recorded on Monday, as equities market closed today on a positive note. Market breadth closed a negative as RSET led 17 gainers, as against 18 losers, topped by Kumo Oil at the end of Tuesday's session. Market turnover closes negative as volume moved down by 18.01%, as against 31.44 uptick recorded on Monday. Well, that's business reports. I am Chioma Okolie, handing you back to Binta Bukaro and Otube Omorim for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Chioma.